Here's some trivia about this year's Oscar nominations. Emma Stone is now the youngest woman with 7 Oscar nominations. Begonia marks her 3rd nomination in Best Actress. She also has 2 nominations in Best Supporting Actress and 2 nominations for Best Picture as a producer of both Poor Things and Begonia. Timothée Chalamet earns his first Best Picture nomination as a producer on Marty Supreme, and at age 30 is the youngest actor since Marlon Brando in 1954 with 3 Best Actor nominations. He's also the 47th actor to be nominated for Best Actor in consecutive years, an honor most recently achieved by Coleman Domingo for Rustin and Sing Sing. Jacob Elordi joins Domingo as the 2nd member of the Euphoria cast to be nominated for an Oscar. Michael B. Jordan is the 2nd person to be nominated for playing twins after Nicolas Cage in Adaptation, and the 2nd person to be nominated for playing a vampire after Willem Dafoe in Shadow of the Vampire. Ruth E. Carter earns her 5th nomination in Best Costume Design and is now the most nominated Black woman in Oscar history. Thanks to his work as a producer on Hamnet, Steven Spielberg extends his own record for the most Oscar nominations in Best Picture with 14. Adam Somner is posthumously nominated in Best Picture for One Battle After Another. If the film wins, it will be the first posthumous win in this category since Sam Zimbalist won for Ben-Hur in 1960. 2026 marks the 7th consecutive year where at least one Best Picture nominee was directed by a woman. Chloe Zhao is now the first woman to have won Best Director and received a follow-up nomination, and joins Jane Campion as the 2nd woman with multiple nominations in the category. She remains the only woman of color to ever be nominated in directing. This is the 3rd time that all Best Director nominees are also nominated for writing their films, and the 2nd year in a row. Wagner Moura is the first Brazilian to be nominated for Best Actor at the Oscars for his role in The Secret Agent. This is the first time in 20 years that distributor Searchlight Pictures, famous for Little Miss Sunshine, The Shape of Water, and Nomadland, did not land a single nomination. All the more bewildering when they had a layup this year. One Battle After Another got 13 nominations, marking the 3rd year in a row that a movie has received 13 or more. And this is the first year 2 films have received more than 13 nominations in a single year. Because I don't know if you heard about this, but Sinners is now the most nominated film in Oscars history with 16 nominations, blowing past the record of 14 previously held by La La Land, Titanic, and All About Eve. That's a pretty obscure fact. I hadn't seen a lot of reporting on that, and one that deserves its own video.